Hi everyone, my name is Marian, your technology friend. Today, I'm going to explain the different iPhone 13 and 13 Pro variants in the basis of countries. So if you're interested in topics like this, please consider subscribing to the channel since I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Alright, let's discuss the different variants. Just a quick definition of terms so we're all in sync throughout the video. When I say iPhone variants, I am referring to the different iPhone per region or country. But when I say iPhone 13 model, I am referring to iPhone 13 mini, 13 regular, 13 Pro, and 13 Pro Max. Clear? Crystal? Alright. So you can fully understand the different iPhone 13 variants, I think it's important to discuss why there are different variants by country. So, every country's cellular infrastructure has different cellular bands. And I'm not talking about just 3G, LTE, or 5G. Each of those actually still have specific bands inside that determine how fast it can transfer data. For example, LTE has a lot of bands. There is band 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and I can go on and on. But the key takeaway is that there is a lot. And countries don't necessarily use the same bands. For example, in the Philippines, Smart and Globe combined only uses bands 1, 3, 5, 28, 40, and 41. In Japan, they are using bands 1, 3, 8, 11, 18, 19, 21, 28, and 38. Now, there are coinciding bands between Japan and Philippines, but there's a lot of differences. And that is why it may happen that a Japan iPhone variant may experience signal loss in the Philippines because it doesn't support all the bands that the Philippine iPhone has. But you must be asking, why doesn't Apple just create one iPhone that has all the frequency bands? Well, to tell you honestly, I am not sure, and sources in the internet have no specific answer except that it is impossible for Apple to fit all of those bands on a single phone. And I'm not sure if it is a supplier issue or if it's really just impossible to fit them all, but that is the reality. Alright, now that you understand why there are different variants, let's discuss the 5 iPhone 13 variants. The first iPhone 13 variant is the US variant, and it is meant for the US market. This iPhone has the broadest cellular spectrum, and it is the only iPhone variant that supports millimeter wave, which is the fastest type of 5G or cellular technology. The second variant is what I would call... There's really no official name for these, so I would just call it the second best variant because it has the second broadest cellular spectrum. This second variant is sold in Canada, Guam, Japan, Mexico, Puerto Rico, Saudi Arabia, and the US Virgin Islands. One thing to note though is that the Japan variant will have a permanent shutter sound on the camera with no way to turn it off. The third variant is what I would call the Russian variant because it is governed by Russian law to show Russian-made apps during initial setup. This iPhone is sold on countries such as Russia, Armenia, Belarus, Kazakhstan, and Kyrgyzstan. The fourth variant is what I would call the dual physical SIM version because it can take in 2 physical SIMs to have dual SIM functionality, unlike the rest of the variants which uses eSIM and 1 physical SIM combo. This variant is available in Hong Kong, Macau, and mainland China. 2 things to note here, FaceTime audio and Wi-Fi calling is disabled for the mainland China variant, and the iPhone 13 mini has no dual physical SIM version. The 13 mini still has a separate mainland China variant though, but its Hong Kong and Macau variant are part of the last variant we are gonna talk about, which is the global variant. So the global variant is available in all of the countries except for the countries I mentioned a while ago. There's really nothing special with this one except that it can be bought in most countries, and having the same variant means you will ensure that you have no warranty problems. Also, the Korean variant is a part of this region's variant, and it has a permanent shutter sound with no way to turn it off. So there you go, those are all the iPhone 13 variants. Personally, I use the Hong Kong variant because it can take in 2 physical SIMs and has no problems with the cellular infrastructure in the Philippines. If you are planning to buy a variant that is not the same as the variant meant for your country, please make sure to check the cellular bands and see if all the bands that your country uses are supported. For the Philippines, that is not a problem because any of the variants support the Philippine cellular infrastructure. It's just gonna be the little differences like dual SIM, physical dual SIM functionality, or the shutter sound that is gonna matter to you. It is also important to note that warranty may not be accepted since essentially the iPhone has different components inside and they may not be replaced or accepted for repair. And that's pretty much it. Those are the different iPhone 13 variants, and if you learned a lot in this video, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to get more content like this. By the way, shout out to David Nampi for following me on Instagram. If you want to get a shout out as well, consider giving me a tip on Buy Me a Coffee using the link in my description, and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook with the username @Mauyoni. While waiting for my next videos, click on this playlist right here to know more about Apple Facts exclusive for the Philippines. Alright, so that's it. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Marian, your technology friend, and I'll see you on my next video.